You okay? You don't look okay. What happened?
Hi guys, welcome to the first edition of Nerdy Smack Talk. We kind of did this before, and oh yeah, you guys know Steve. We kind of did this before, and you guys have kind of heard what I'm going to talk about before, and maybe some of you saw in the title. Actually, you know what I'm going to title this? They still didn't get it right. We're going to talk about Sleepy Hollow.
You actually watched it?
No! Yes, kind of, a little.
What did we talk about last? What did we go on about last time?
Look. I watched a little bit of it because my girlfriend was interested in where the story was going. I couldn't have cared less, but she wanted to. Okay. And I said I wasn't going to talk about Sleepy Hollow anymore. I said that, and I meant it.
You did not mean it.
I did at the time, but then out of curiosity, and then my girlfriend was looking at it, so I was like, out of curiosity, I'll watch it. Now, I won't completely obliterate everything, because as usual, Tom Meissen was amazing. Lindy Greenwood as Jenny is amazing.
Mm-hmm. I love her.
There's no Abby. There's mentions of her. And all of us cried a little bit and died further inside.
It's like a dagger pushed through my heart even further. You have to bring it up again. I'm trying to get over this wound.
Oh, you're trying to get over the wound. You're trying to. Did you watch any of it? Wait! Oh, so we're judging. But you saw the evil. You dare judge me.
I'm sorry.
Okay, for those of you who know, Sleepy Hollow, and for those of you who don't know, my girlfriend has chronicled this no longer Sleepy Hollow because, let's start with the obvious, the show no longer takes place at Sleepy Hollow! So she calls it the Chronicles of Ichabod. Which, by the way, wouldn't this be the show from the beginning? I would have still watched.
They could have just rebranded.
Or rebooted like they do everything else in Hollywood.
This is Fox. You know Fox screws up a lot of stuff.
I know your thing with X-Men. Anyway.
Now that's a rant that I can go on for hours about. So. But.
Okay. Let's be fair here.
Okay. Let's be fair.
Let's say that you are doing the show again. It's stupid and who cares, but let's say you're going to do that. I didn't watch the last few episodes. As a matter of fact, I didn't watch most of the episodes. The only episodes I saw were with my girlfriend because she begged me to, and then from then on, I just read everything on Wikipedia like I do everything else I don't want to see, but I'm curious about. Because I didn't want to give them the satisfaction of my ratings or my Hulu account of what was going to happen on this show. So I just read about it.
Not sponsored by Hulu.
No, we're not sponsored by Hulu, I wish. Anyway. But what I read infuriated me.
So how much of it did you actually watch, and how much did you actually read?
I read most of it. I watched maybe the first... Hold on, let me look it up and just check. I only watched like the first few episodes, really. Okay, so I got my stuff up here. Let me see where I last took off at. Because I saw that this little girl is the next witness. Which, by the way, wasn't there something about someone being of Abby's bloodline being the next witness? Wasn't that the exact thing I heard last time? Who is this random chick with her random daughter? In what way is that? Okay. Okay.
You know, like that Ancestry.com stuff where you can track and like, oh, you have like a 5th or 6th cousin over here.
Probably is what that is.
It's probably to justify. They're probably sponsored by Ancestry.com.
Just to do that. You know where I left off? The last episode I watched was episode 3. Man, I didn't even get 4 episodes in before I said, screw this crap.
My rule of thumb for any new series, whether it's a TV show, anime, along those lines. I didn't get 4 episodes in. They used to release them in volumes on DVD, 4 to 5 episodes apiece. So I would give it at 5 at the most. If by the 4th one I was already cringing, If I can get to the 5th one and it's okay, then I'll finish that season. But then, you know, once all this Hoonanny started, no.
That's a good word for it. So
I'm trying to keep it clean because
we're trying. Yeah, because I had, in case you guys watched the last 2 videos with us, I had to censor a lot from me and him. So we're both trying now.
Yeah.
I realized that we were swearing quite a bit, but primarily we were talking about Sleepy Hollow, but that's how angry we were.
We want
and apparently
his channel to be advertiser friendly.
Yeah,
so ads will play on his channel.
So I'm trying to beep out all the. Basically, Samuel Jackson can't be on this channel. He could. I just censor it out. It'd probably be the most bleak video I'd ever do in my life.
That would be fun.
That'd be hilarious, actually.
Awesome.
Have you seen the new trailer for The Hitman's Bodyguard with him and Ryan Reynolds?
I just saw that.
I just saw that yesterday, and I already said I'm going to see that movie.
You know,
we need something happy to talk about with this depressing conversation we're about to have.
Eventually, so
for those of you who put yourself through the horror of season 4 of Sleepy Hollow, by the way, I commend you, brave souls, because my God, you all deserve medals.
What's wrong with you people?
I will defend them a bit for all you watching. I'm going to defend you because I know what. Let me explain. Let me explain.
Okay.
I will defend you guys because you know what? You're like me. Even when a story's bad or takes a bad turn, you want to see it through to the end. I understand where you're coming from with that. And Tom Mison is worthy of attention and praise. Lindy Greenwood is worthy of attention and praise. They both are amazing actors as well. So yes, you're right. I understand why you guys kept watching. I understand it. For those of you who did not watch anymore, I completely understand where you came from too, because I am with you. Yeah. But those of you who did keep watching, I understand.
All 6 of you.
And you 6 need a cookie. You 6, matter of fact, you 6, you go to Krispy Kreme, you get yourself a nice donut.
Not sponsored by Krispy Kreme.
Not. But you gotta go get yourself some sprinkles on those donuts. And you, by God, you earned them. I don't care if you're dieting right now. Don't get yourself a donut.
Did you go during St. Patrick's Day when they had the green?
I did not, because that just sounded weird to me.
I
wasn't interested. Yeah.
I'm just afraid it's going to be like mint or lime.
I was afraid it'd make me sick. My stomach can already be weird at times anyway, so I didn't know what was going to happen.
It's already the color of vile. And,
True.
why would you want to drink that?
True.
Or eat that, rather. Some people would melt it down and drink it, probably. It's Krispy Kremes. People do weird stuff.
Great. Now I gotta go to editing.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, clap. Stuff. There you go. Add it in.
I'm still gonna edit this later because the 1, 2, 3 clap was too funny not to leave into this. But anyway. So let me go ahead and just say the 2 things that the 2 things I'm going to say alone are going to be enough to make you, if you haven't watched season 4, haven't read them on Wikipedia like I was dumb enough to do, make you mad. I'm reading it because even I still can't believe that this actually happened. Apparently in episode 11, which this season was only 13 episodes, what does that tell you? When the last 3 seasons were 20 plus episodes each, this one was only 13? Unless you're an anime with a low budget, then that's a problem going in right away.
Yeah.
Robotech only got like 39, and that was shorter than the 52 than they got, and they still told a better story.
And then a movie too.
And then like 8 series after that. Man, that whole 39 episode, they made work for them. They made that work, bro.
They spun it because it's Robotech.
It's Robotech. Robotech, Macross, whatever you guys want to call that. Go
so, and any of the youngins out there that do not know of the Robotech, because we're showing our age by mentioning Robotech.
Because even by our standards, that came out. Because like when the first came out was like in the 80s, we didn't see it like the 90s.
Yeah, by our standards, we were in high school when it was on Toonami. So
no, I think I was in middle school. We were in middle school when that came out. Because Toonami started like in 96 or 7.
Yep.
I wasn't in high school yet.
Yep. Okay, so it was end of middle school, early high school.
Yeah, because G Gundam was high school, and Robotech was way before G Gundam ever came out. I remember that
because that was like the original Toonami run.
That was the original Toonami run because it was like Robotech, Running Warriors, Sailor Moon, and Dragon Ball Z was the original Toonami run. Oh my God, I'm old. Jeez Louise, dude.
Father Time waits for nobody, friend.
For real. Anyway. So, he doesn't know what happened in Sleepy Hollow, and I don't blame him. And he asked me before we started, should he keep watching? And that's kind of what led to why we're doing this, and why my head was down at the beginning, because we brought it up.
More of the evaluation from someone who just wrote it off because of how the last episode of season 3 ended, which was terrible.
We've already been over this. You guys can go watch the 52-minute video we did of it last time.
Okay, repressing. Happy thoughts, butterflies, rainbows, Sailor Mercury, happy thoughts. Okay.
I'm not even going to make fun of him for saying Sailor Mercury, because you need any happy thoughts you can to get through this nonsense.
She is my favorite Senshi. She'll always be my favorite Senshi. I like smart chicks.
If you guys have any happy thoughts to think of them right now, because I'm going to tell you what they did to poor Ichabod.
Oh, and for better comments, rank your Sailor Senshis in the comments below.
Yeah,
maybe we'll do a video about that.
We need to do that, because, like, of course, our list will be different, but we need to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, so actually save that for when we do the episode.
Yeah, but go ahead and give us your thoughts on your favorite Sailor Senshi in the comments below. Or Scouts. I don't care what you guys call them. There's someone who got so mad about that on Facebook one time. If you call them Sailor Senshi or Sailor Scouts, whatever you name them, Nate, list your favorite. Anyway, it is, essentially. It's just different translations. Okay. Yeah. So the first thing they did to Ichabod in episode 11, he becomes War.
Wait, what?
You heard me.
No,
yes.
no, yes. I didn't know. No,
yes.
No.
He becomes War.
Tom,
he becomes War.
Tommy.
It's over. Look, I said think happy thoughts. He becomes War.
Made me throw my Zelda hat.
He becomes War. People, it's not. This is not a dream.
No.
He becomes War. And you know, when that happened, I suddenly understood why so many people like my fanfiction that's still ongoing right now on fanfiction.net, Sleepy Hollow, the Faded Ones. Check it out. Anyway.
Read it. It is damn good. It is a lot better than what he's just told me right now.
I'm not even through yet.
I know.
That's just the first thing.
I need like 3 chapters to catch up on. But it's better than what he just told me.
No, what I mean was that's not the only thing that happens to him.
You okay, hat?
So before I get to that next thing, though.
You make me put my head down now.
Before I get to that next thing, though. Now, Sleepy Hollow is no stranger to time travel back and forth. That's literally how Ichabod got there. Well, not literally. He was dead for a while and then came back to life with the horsemen and whatnot.
Coma.
Yeah, whatever. But apparently, the little girl who's has Abby's immortal soul travels from the future to the past to do stuff. So, yes, we went from Sleepy Hollow to not Sleepy Hollow to Doctor Who. Which would be fine if we got a TARDIS. I would forgive so much of this show if a TARDIS showed up and the Doctor came out. I would forgive a lot of things in life. If the Doctor showed up with the TARDIS and said, "Come with me." Matter of fact, the TARDIS showed up right now, we'd be out of here.
Yeah.
Like literally right now.
Seconds.
He would have to get the words, "I need your help" out. I'd be running for the door.
It would just be, he opens the door, boom.
So basically, if you see us do this, we're gone, okay? So if we both look over here because you heard the TARDIS engines, we're gone. Yeah. It's just bottom line. Someone can find this recording and just show the world, we met the Doctor, we're out of here. If we don't come back, trust me, it was awesome.
We're okay. We're fine. Might be dead.
So
it's okay.
Everybody does.
Details.
So, he becomes the Horseman. Well, not the Horseman, he becomes War, which is the same thing. We've got time travel, and at the last freaking episode of the series, for some reason, there's stuff that I no longer cared about. Ichabod makes a deal with the actual devil for his soul. You can drop your head now. Just go ahead and just drop your head. Just do it. Just do it. Stop fighting it. Drop your head.
Before I do.
Okay.
Why?
It was something about defeating the bad guy. Let's see. You
don't even know the bad guy is not important in this season. Apparently,
no.
It wasn't some god. It wasn't some horseman without a head.
Oh, it was just because one of the other bad guys was a servant of Satan, and Ichabod made another deal with him in order to defeat him because all the other obvious avenues that they clearly have had for the past 3 seasons meant nothing.
So even season 3, we practically fought a god, a deity. So what was the villain in this one? Was it
some
so someone that served
a
Satan?
guy, a guy named Dreyfus and a guy named Jobe or something like that. I don't know, dude. I wasn't paying that close attention. I did that.
But you know what? Okay.
Let's just take a break right now. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Let's see if YouTube puts a commercial here. We'll be right back, guys.
Makes no sense.
And we're back.
What is this? I thought they would have tried to redeem it in season 4, even though we knew it was gonna be bad. What the heck is going? What is Fox's problem? Are you kidding me? Why? What? I am lost for words, which is very rare.
It is very rare.
Why? Tell me. What? Ah!
He kicked his hat.
I kicked my hat.
He threw the hat on the ground, and it was still like mid-fall. He kicked it. It was actually a nice kick.
It landed in the fireplace, where the fireplace doesn't work right now.
So luckily the hat didn't catch on fire.
If my Zelda hat would have burned, so help me God, Fox. So help me God.
Fox, you had one job to do.
A simple job.
One job.
An easy job.
You had one job to do, and that was to keep people watching this show. You had one job.
I have to hear about it from my best friend on Wikipedia. The bull bull stuff. Ah! Edit.
We'll edit that. Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. If you don't know what bull ends in at this point, then don't worry. You won't know it. You won't know from us. Not from this wholesome channel.
Channel of sunshine and puppies and My Little Pony. Which I actually like the new My Little Pony. I'm brony-esque.
I only wish I could put a My Little Pony graphic on her just because it's funny.
You do put Pinkie Pie. She's a happy one. Just Google Pinkie Pie. Okay. I think I'm calm now. Almost lost my hat.
In his own house.
In my own house.
Okay, here's my ultimate problem with that. And this really is my ultimate problem with that. Do you know what this show is now? Aside from still bad? You know what the show is now?
Crap.
No. It's Supernatural! Not a supernatural show, it's literally the show Supernatural.
Season...
Minus the fun of the two brothers.
Season 11, 12, whatever that
I don't know, they're always making a deal with Satan.
So in other words...
Or an angel, or God, or whoever is in heaven currently on the throne at the time.
So in other words, the show lost its identity.
Yes.
And it's useless now.
Pretty much. It's every other supernatural, everything that's ever been out ever.
So in other words... I'm lost for words. I don't know.
I just waved at someone, people. Don't worry about that. Yeah. We're not saying it wasn't the TARDIS. If it was the TARDIS, we would still be talking about this.
Yeah, we would be out of here. It'd be uploaded on some random channel somewhere. The lost footage.
The lost footage. That'd be awesome, actually. But okay, so let me explain to you guys in no uncertain terms why the fact that Sleepy Hollow, it was a good show.
Was. Past tense. No longer.
Let your mom come walk through. It's okay.
Hello, mother.
Yeah, we're already discussing something horrible. So, I mean, you know, she's not gonna... and besides, your mom's awesome.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
The thing is that separated Sleepy Hollow, as I said in the last video, was this whole dynamic of Ichabod and Abby. But the added difference was the stuff with the fact that they are chosen by God. So break down for me, if you will, how a person chosen by God can make a deal with the devil. Now, I'm sure... No, I take that back. I'm not sure, because they broke so many rules from season 3 to season 5 that don't make any sense that I can't possibly conceive what they were going to think of for season 3 to season 4, whatever. Because in any stories I've read where someone's chosen by God, they can't make deals with the devil, because literally the point is they are chosen by God. Mm-hmm. So, which also defeats the ending of season 3 to start with, in many respects, that I won't get into, because any fan of Sleepy Hollow, apparently not the writers, but the fans of Sleepy Hollow, already know these reasons. So, you know what, since, you know, this all comes from the Bible, I'm going to pull some Bible knowledge on you guys right now. Let's take one of my favorite biblical figures, and that's King David. King David himself was by God's own admission a man after his own heart. David was not perfect. Mm-mm. David messed up with the whole Bathsheba thing and, you know, getting her husband killed and the baby died and all that. So David was not perfect. Mm-mm. With the exception of Jesus, no saint was.
Nope.
But David never made a deal with the devil.
Never.
Saint John, writer of Revelations, where the part of 2 witnesses comes from, didn't make a deal with the devil. Wasn't perfect. Didn't make a deal with the devil. Nope. St. Peter, wasn't perfect. Denied Jesus 3 times. Of course, Jesus told him he was going to. Peter didn't believe him, but Peter was wrong, as Peter usually was in the Bible, which is kind of weird. Yep. But you know, I mean, maybe I'm wrong here, since Lucifer himself was an angel at one point and became the literal incarnation of all things evil and the father of lies. So maybe I'm wrong here. But in context of the show and story you were telling, this is like if Avatar, The Last Airbender, which is one of my favorite shows of all time.
Hell yeah.
Which is one of the best written cartoons, one of the best animated, best artly drawn, Avatar, The Last Airbender was one of the best cartoons of all time. And one thing that's unfair about Legend of Korra is it gets compared way too much to Avatar. It's a spinoff. It's not the same thing. You were not going to get that same storytelling because you couldn't get that same production type deal that they got. That's the one thing. But this would be like if The Last Airbender, one would have killed off Katara, which I would have never watched that show again if Katara had died. Never. I would have completely stopped watching The Last Airbender if Katara had died, I think. I don't know. The story was still pretty strong, I think, even if she had died. But this is like if not only had Katara died, but Aang for some reason became the Fire Lord. That's what this would have happened as.
It would make no sense after that whole journey.
This is if Transformers, if Optimus Prime, if they like killed like, I don't know, Ironhide Bumblebee and like, I don't know, Trailblazer, and Optimus made a deal with Megatron to stop the Insecticons or something. I don't know. That's how crazy this writing had to get.
Because you know the character of Optimus would fight on till the end.
And would never make a deal with Megatron.
Never make a deal with
unless
Megatron.
Now they have
cons or anything like that.
In some occurrences they worked together before because they had to, because of necessity. But it was like as a last resort.
Here we go.
You can't convince me that Sleepy Hollow had no more resorts Ichabod could have gone to except for like, well, okay, we're out of ideas. Immediately call Satan. Wait, what? What was that writing room like? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let's use this as an example. Let's use Zelda.
Sure.
Link saves Zelda,
which is the premise of every single game,
but delivers her to Ganon.
That would be the same equivalent of this.
What? Why? What is the purpose? Ganon was your enemy from the beginning. And then now
Satan is there. Sorry, you're right.
No,
Satan,
yeah, it's true. You know, you were right. You're right to have your head down at the beginning of this because
the purpose of the witnesses was to stop Armageddon. And I know a lot of you watching this are not Christians. You don't read the Bible. That is your right as a free-thinking human being to do what you will.
Yep.
Read the Bible, go to church. No, that is your right. Yeah. I'm a Christian, wholeheartedly. I believe in God. And you know that's what I do. Yep. So I know how Revelations ends.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Revelations I read, don't know which one the writers are smoking, reading. I'm sorry, did I say smoking? I meant reading.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And the Revelations I read, Armageddon kind of takes place because of Satan. So, this is like trying to stop Skynet by going to Skynet for help for stopping Skynet!
Redundant.
Exactly. God! And you know what's funny? I actually have Fated Ones planned out. I know how it's going to end. As a matter of fact, Fated One's going to end soon. My fanfiction story. I have a sequel coming out. I'm going to tell you guys the title now. I'm going to right now. It's going to be called Sleepy Hollow Nevermore. I have a plan, and I'm actually going to be borrowing elements from a movie I saw for that. And I have one more that's going to be a trilogy that's going to complete the 7 years out. And I haven't titled that one yet. I think I did, but I can't remember. But I might change the title, so I'm not saying what it is. But my point is, the ideas I have for the next two stories, I thought were ludicrous. I thought were ridiculous. I thought were stupid. But compared to what they did...
For season 4?
I don't care if I come out with a giant pink bunny is responsible for the end of the world. That giant pink bunny makes more... The Energizer Bunny bringing about the end of the world makes more sense than season 4. And by the way, this is my index finger, not my middle finger, so therefore I'm not flipping off the camera, although I would be justified if I was aiming it at the so-called writers. How do you guys look yourself in the mirror every day and know that you just came from a room where you said, let's make our heroes make a deal with the ultimate villain they're supposed to be going... First of all, ultimate bad guy, period. It's Satan. And for those of you who think we're too hard on the writers... Too hard on the showrunners, on the directors. Too hard on them. Let me ask you this. Because I understand liking Tom Mison, liking Linda Greenwood, and even if you like the new actors in the show, fine, go for it. Do what you gotta do. I heard one of the new guys they got was all crushing on Ginny. Who could blame him? Ginny's hot.
Hell yeah. Ginny's
a fighter. Ginny could beat you down if you wanted to. For some reason, that translates to more hot with us, but that's
hot.
It is. What can we do about that? You know. But let's just say how we feel about this writing is literally taking your premise and just kind of tossing it out the window. Now, if you're wondering just now, how come it's okay for Supernatural to do it and okay for Sleepy Hollow? Supernatural is much more flexible with this kind of thing because the Winchester brothers aren't necessarily chosen by God. They are just guys who know about the paranormal and decide to investigate, stop it, do whatever they got to do. Now, in random instances, they're like, God's kind of like, okay, yeah, let me hire you guys out for this, you know, like help a brother out, you know, that kind of thing. But it's not like they were chosen from the get, like Ichabod was, who was born in the 1700s. Fast forward to today. Meets a hot black chick. They become friends. They should have hooked up. I'm still not okay with that. Sorry. A cuckoo clock.
Yes.
That's somehow fitting for the subject we're talking about. Matter of fact, that Google clock had more to do with Sleepy Hollow than season 4.
And it plays a song, too.
It's a nice clock.
Yes.
And, okay, but even still, and you know, we're going to wrap this up because there's no really more we can say. So much in season 3 at the ending that they talked about that even sounded interesting without Abby. Forgive me for that sin I just committed. They never touched on. They touched on this agency that, you know, is about the paranormal activity, but where's Ezra Mills? Where'd Danny go? What happened to Sophie? I actually liked Sophie. She was an interesting character. Where'd she go? I mean, yeah, I'm glad Jenny's back, but what about all the other people? You didn't even... Okay, you killed Jenny, not Jenny, you killed Joe, you killed Abby, but all these other people who are still alive, you make no reference to.
No, like they don't even exist anymore.
A lot of people are critical of the original Transformers cartoon movie because they killed off a lot of the first generation characters. But at least you saw them killed off. You didn't come in with season 3 with Rodimus Prime and Ultra Magnus and Cup and Springer, and everyone else is like, oh wait, where's like Ironhide and Ratchet? Where's Blue Streak? Oh, they're just somewhere.
Yeah,
we didn't care enough to write out their story. At least Megatron killed them. As depressing as their deaths were, and as a kid that traumatized me, by the way, at least they were dead, and you saw them die.
You had that closure. You knew where they were.
Sleepy Hollow didn't do anything. You just Ichabod's here in DC. So it's not Sleepy Hollow anymore. It's like my girlfriend calls it, the Chronicles of Ichabod. It's not Sleepy Hollow because Sleepy Hollow has to take place in Sleepy Hollow. You don't call the show Sailor Moon and then focus all your time on Tuxedo Mask. Granted, he has some screen time. He has to.
Sometimes too much, if you ask me.
No, fair enough.
That's another rant for another day.
You don't call...
As you can tell, I've calmed down from my outburst off screen earlier. I'm out of energy because it's come to the point where it's not just Sleepy Hollow, but there's a lot of other TV shows, a lot of different networks, a lot of different stations. The writers, you lose yourself. The shows that are successful are the shows you see 9, 10, 12 seasons of.
Not even that far. You don't even have to get that far.
You don't even have to get
Firefly got one season, people still talk about it.
Because
okay, you know what could have happened with this? Fox could have just said, we don't know what we're doing, and let CW have it. Like everybody else does nowadays, because CW actually makes these shows more watchable. I mean, dang it. NBC gave up on Supergirl, and now they're on, and now she's on CW, and every 4th episode she's hanging out with the Flash. Which I'm cool with, but do that! You guys, okay. Fox, you should have just said, okay, we have no idea what we're doing anymore. CW, you guys take it. We'll give you all the contracts to everybody. You guys are going to CW. You guys can bring Abby back, bring anybody back you want to. We don't care anymore because we clearly have no clue what we're doing, and you guys run with it. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bang, you got 5 more seasons because it's people who can actually write know what they're doing. So you guys say what you want to about Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, and the Vixen on the CWC, whatever. At least you care. At least they care about the characters and everything. I know Captain Cold died in Legends of Tomorrow, but at least that's because he wanted to go do some other stuff, and they wrote him out correctly. Look at that, Legends of Tomorrow. It's like the Game of Thrones of the CW Arrowverse right now.
It's pretty much, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's nothing wrong with that. There's the comics are unpredictable like that, so I'm actually not mad at that at all. I mean, God, look at what we read in comic books. Shoot me, your character's diarrhea of the week. But anyway, that's it. There's nothing more we can say.
I've been silent.
You done messed up, Aaron. You done messed up.
And you continue to mess up.
And if for some reason you guys do a season 5. And part of me almost wants you to because I want that. Let's do this because we'll be right back here, right back in front of this camera. You want to do season 5? Just bring it.
You know, the initial thing with the video was also to see if I was going to actually watch it. I I've decided, in a calm demeanor, that I will not be watching season 4.
And who can blame you?
No.
So, to me, all that exists of the actual Sleepy Hollow show are seasons 1 through 3 minus episode, the last episode of season 3, whichever episode Joe died in.
Yeah, you just separate that
Yep.
from the first 3 seasons, make it its own little
Yep, that's my Sleepy Hollow verse.
universe.
It's my Sleepy Hollow verse, and season 4 does not exist to me. It's dead to me.
Non-canon.
Non-canon. It's the Dragon Ball GT. It's the Dragon Ball GT. Yes, Dragon Ball GT. Step into the Grand Tour Sleepy Hollow. Fox, you screwed up, but we're done. It's not going to talk about it. Let's go talk about something else.
Yes, talking about something fun.
Yeah. All right,
Uplifting.
you guys. Uplifting. We'll talk about something else. See you guys soon. Sayonara. Minasan.